My name is Breeza Villarreal, and I have been a targeted individual for a very long time, 40 years to be exact. That's basically saying that I am 40 years old and I've been targeted since the day I was born. I have had a lot of experience with gang stalking because, it reminds me a lot of bullying in middle school. And I believe, honestly, that getting bullied in middle school was kind of my preparation to dealing with gang stalking and just a lot of different aspects of being targeted. So, for instance, when you get targeted, doesn't matter where you go, you're getting targeted everywhere. So that's kind of how it was in school. It's like I'd go from one class and I'd be getting bullied by one group of kids and go to another class for science and get bullied by the kids in there, and then walk down the hall and get bullied by the kids and down the hall, again go to lunch and then get bullied by the kids. It was like one thing after another. And so for years, you tend to learn how to engage with people or not engage with people or avoid people due to, based on how their energy feels. And dealing with this for so many years, used things that just don't make sense. And some of those things that don't make sense are some of the people that I encounter being gang stalked. Some of these people, they don't fully seem conscious and aware of what they're doing. And what I mean by this is, okay, how do I start this? All right. So there's been times where I've approached certain gang stalkers, and this isn't all of them. This is just randomly because I either wanted to ask them a question about what they were doing, because what I sensed they were doing felt suspicious, and I wanted to look further into, their business. So, for instance, the other day, there was a heavy gang stalking session / witchcraft session going on in front of my home. The usual people walking by doing the casting, the random people pulling in front of your house and just stopping, making lots of noise, or delivering to places all over the place, but parking right in front of only your house. If you're targeted, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, they have a utility guy pull up, and I go out there with my camera and I start talking to him. And it's very apparent that he doesn't have the ability to answer my questions. Like he didn't mentally have the capability to understand what I was asking. I mean, he spoke English, okay? There was no language barrier here. But what I was asking was basically like, what exactly he was doing here. I asked him, what is your purpose here? I mean, I see you're a utility person, you're a water company, but you came out here and checked these water pipes just yesterday, or not you, but your company came out. And then just last week, they came out before that, and I don't usually see you guys out here that often. I'm just curious to know what specifically you're checking for right here, right now, in this moment. What's going on? And it was the strangest thing. He was like, I just get orders and I do what I'm told. And on this sheet, it says A, B, and C. So I go here and check A, B, and C. And I was like, oh, really? So you got a call to come out here and check on something? And even though it was just checked yesterday, and he was like, well, I get called out here to do A, B, and C. So when they tell me to do A, B, and C, I do it. See, on here, this paper, it says to do A, B, and C. And that's what I do. Like, oh, so, okay. So what did they call you to come out here and do today? He's like, well, I get called out here to do A, B, and C. And when I come out here, I just do A, B, and C. And see, on my paper, it says here, I just get called and I go do an A, B, and C. And I was just like, holy crap. This person is on an endless loop. Like, he's not answering my questions, but he's also like not fully understanding what I'm asking him. It just like he kept repeating the same things over and over and over again. It's like, am I talking to a sim? Is this a robot? Can you say anything else? What's your, like, it seemed like anything I asked him, he went back to the script, and it didn't matter how much I tried to get him off of the script. He could not do it. He could not answer my questions. It was like he started to malfunction. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now, this isn't the first time that this has happened. Okay? And I became aware that, you know, there is such thing as clones. And I'm wondering, how do they find so many people to gang stalk a targeted individual? And I started thinking, you know, I wonder if some of these people aren't even fully human. I'm wondering if they're just using a bunch of clones, because one day I'll see one person and all of a sudden the person is gone for a few days, then pops back up a little bit shorter. Their ears are a different shape. Their birthmark's in a different place. And they just seem a little bit different. Now, I don't know about you, but if you know anything about cloning, it's almost impossible to make an exact duplicate of the same person. And I don't know if you've ever come to my lives before or seen any of my videos, but I have talked about cloning in some of my other videos. And the reason I bring that up is because, well, I'm a targeted individual, and I started putting two and two together. Also, my mom kind of confirmed some of this, but she told me this back in the day, like back in the 90s. She was like, I met this woman at a seminar. She told me she worked at a cloning facility, but she referred to the clones as copies. And I was like, oh, okay. So this was a long time ago, and this is when I was a kid. And as I started getting older, like, nobody really talked about this kind of stuff. And then I started learning more about how, I guess, affordable it is to actually clone people. As little as rent for some, depending on where you live. So anyway, I guess, and it doesn't take long for someone to clone another person. As short as, I heard, 6 months, you can get a person fully grown from a cell, like a piece of skin, hair, saliva. You can take that and you can grow an actual person from that, and then use that person. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because, well, I have a lot of conversations with ChatGPT about these things, because I don't know who else to talk to about these specific topics. I don't really know a whole lot of other people who are being targeted, and I don't really know a whole lot of other people who are being targeted and gang stalked by clones. So I decided to, and also, you guys can't comment on my stuff, and I don't know why. It's my phones are hacked, all my accounts are hacked, being targeted. You know, that naturally that's going to happen. So my stuff gets interfered with. So if you're trying to get in touch with me, it's almost impossible unless you learn some sort of telepathy. I wish I was kidding. But yeah, all my stuff is interfered with. They interfere with my mail, and it's a big mess. But anyway, okay, so let me just get back to my conversation with ChatGPT about the cloning thing. And I can show you the conversation. It's easy for me to read it. Also, I recorded it from another phone, so I have to like scroll and read it. I don't have the ability to play it out loud, so I'm going to read it to you. Excuse me. And let me take a drink of water too, before all right. Just a second. All right. So my question to ChatGPT was, I go, well, I'm just wondering how many of my gang stalkers are clones versus actual humans.